Hey friends, how's everyone doing today? This will probably be very quick because I got a couple little ones here with me. I just got home. I had a sitter for like almost 3 hours today, which is really nice. Very not common right now. It just didn't make sense for our family right now to have our kids in full-time school or full-time daycare. Ever since I quit my full-time job 3 years ago, we've been so blessed to be able to, for me to be able to work this doTERRA business in my spare time. So I wanted to give you guys a couple tips, and this is just off the top of my head, but I've seen some threads about this lately, and just I myself have been really thinking about what's been working for me. So I wanted to share this with you. The first thing I want to say is I cannot schedule things to the minute-to-minute basis, which is really hard for me to do. One of my strengths is discipline and focus, so I really thrive with a schedule. I really thrive with just a routine, and I've had to learn to be okay with more of like one of the girls I work with says her day has a flow, and I love that, and I'm really trying to learn from her about that. But I really start my day really the night before, the Sunday before the week starts. I'll look at my week coming up, and I will look at my top priorities. What do I have going on my schedule? Does it need to be there? Are there classes that I need to prepare for? Are there trainings? Do the kids have anything that I need to do? And is there anything that I need to do to prepare for that? And if there is, then I will break those up. This is all done just on sheets of paper and then put into mainly a paper calendar at this point, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But I will break up each day into top three priorities. So each day has 3 actions that I need to complete in order to keep my business moving forward. And I try to make those, I forget what they're called, like the money making actions that I need to do. Not just like, I don't know, posting in my Facebook group or doing videos like this. This is all just extra fun stuff that I can find a couple minutes to sneak in here and there. So each day has a priority. I will map those out the night before and look over them in the morning, and also check it against if I have any like specific scheduled times for things like a meeting or an appointment or something in my actual Google Calendar. So everything else I will write out, and I won't give it a time in my book. I will just give it a check mark when it's done. I cannot say that I need to set up a Facebook class at 11 a.m. and be done in 15 minutes, because it just doesn't happen, and I get so upset when my day doesn't go as planned. Again, that's like my focus, discipline and strength, but also it's something I'm learning to work around when it comes to learning to be flexible with it. So while I can't specifically schedule certain times for certain things, I have been able to really thrive when I can just make a list for the day and be able to check it off as I get to it. So right now, instead of scrolling through Facebook and kind of just thinking out loud here, I was able to text a couple of my leaders, see how they're doing, and then had this on my heart to hop on here and chat about. And the other thing is my kids don't really nap, but they do really enjoy their quiet time in the middle of the day. So when they should be napping and just don't anymore, they're 2 and 4, I will give them they're little Kindles, and they have 30 minutes to an hour. Well, I'll let them, and this is probably debatable, so sorry, but mine love this little time in the middle of the day.
Mommy, I want the cracker.
Okay, come here. We're almost done. Where they can hang out and just relax on the couch with me, and they like to make sure that I snuggle them. So I could just sit here and scroll Facebook, or I can do a couple actionable items, like get a couple texts out, or just follow up with a couple people, maybe maybe this is when I set up that Facebook class or whatever it is I need to do. If there's anything that needs to happen online, or I pop in my headphones to listen to a podcast. So always having like a list of things that you want to listen to, or a book on audio that you can pop in or put on. Yeah, hey Betsy. Or put on your computer or your phone while you're doing the dishes. Something that's gonna like keep your mind going when you're doing some like activities that you don't really need to think about. So always having that like personal development thought in the back of your head. Am I tickling your toes? Yeah. So for the moms whose kids nap, like, go for it. That's amazing. Mine used to nap like 3.5 hours a day, and it was the best thing ever. And I totally missed that, and it took a lot of adjustment to figure out, like, major meltdowns from my end, how to adjust my day to still be able to work and also be present with them.
I love you, Mommy.
Aw, I love you. That was so sweet. And then the other thing is mornings. So I have a very intentional morning. You can look up on my website, annabordner.com, and then there's a blog post called Intentional Mornings, and you can read about my mornings and how that really helps set up my day for success. And then evenings. So I'm not one to stay up late, but if you really look at like how much TV you're watching, or like maybe in the evenings you're going out or doing something that you could be like teaching classes or putting in some work, think about like how much TV you're watching and how that's like how many hours a week you could really be working instead of watching TV. I won't lie, last night I definitely watched 3 episodes of This Is Us, and it was glorious, but I had put in a couple hours during the day, so I felt pretty okay to binge watch that. Hi. And this is almost over. Last thing I wanted to mention is I feel like with my husband I have to be very intentional about, okay, here's my week, here's the nights I need help. Animal crackers? Okay, I'll get them for you. You ate yours already. But being very intentional about, okay, I'll get you some, about what I have planned for the week.
I'll get it for you.
Okay, get Harley the animal crackers too. And letting him know in advance, like, hey, I have 2 hours of work I want to do tonight. Maybe it's something I can do from the couch, so maybe he's like watching TV while I have my computer on at the couch, but also making sure that he doesn't feel neglected is a big deal to me as well, because I want him to know that he's important, and to him, he loves when I'm just like present with him. Maybe it's just sitting on the couch while I'm on my computer and he's watching some movie I don't care about. I'll help you in just a second, bud. He's climbing on the counter. It's my cue to leave. If you guys have any tips on, I know Betsy probably has some really good tips on how to work from home. Let us know in the comments. I'd love to make this a discussion. Maybe there's something I'm missing that would really help me too. So let me know below. All right, guys, talk to you later. Sorry about the shaky video. He's literally on the counter. Gotta go.